Now on YouTube, it's time for some alternative commentary action with the Commentary Hub.
There's headed by Marina, and it's 2-1 to Arsenal.
Look at that pass! Goal for Manchester City!
Takes this corner, whips it in, it's headed and it's a goal, and it's that man, Gabriel.
Liverpool have equalised. Lovely improvisational touch from Curtis Jones.
Oh, what a goal! Wow, take it out! A very good evening to you all and welcome along to the Commentary coverage of this World Cup round of 16 encounter. It is Portugal taking on Spain for a place in the quarter-finals of the competition. I'm Harniman, I'm going to be the host for this game. So we've got a brilliant commentary team standing by, Mike Harniman and Daniel Money. We'll bring in Mike very, very shortly as soon as the national anthems are underway. But before we do that, and so can bring up today with everything that's going on, I just want to say a big thanks to everybody who stayed up and listened to our coverage of Mexico 2, England 3 in the early hours of the morning. And I want to say fantastic commentary from Nicholas Jones. And both myself and him were speaking earlier today off air, and we both agreed that was probably Nick's best commentary that he's done here since joining us here on the commentary. So if anyone wants to listen back to that, go and check it out a little bit later on after this game is finished tonight. Rather than before we bring in Mike Harniman, your match day commentators, let's bring in the co-commentator Daniel Money. And Dan, very good evening to you. We've just been speaking off air about Unai Simon, the Spain goalkeeper, who's yet to concede in over 500 minutes of football. Spain yet to concede in this World Cup. But how big a man is he going to be if Spain are to get the victory and progress in the competition up against the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo and that Portuguese side today?
Oh, good evening, Russ. He's going to be huge, in my opinion. I mean, it's not just Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, we're Premier League fans will be used to Pedro Neto and Bruno Fernandes. Neto, great dribbler, great pace, can get a goal. Bruno Fernandes, I believe, set a new record, Premier League record for assists last season. Also has an eye for goal. And there's João Felix. We all know he can score. And then there's Cristiano Ronaldo, whose stats for Portugal are absolutely unbelievable. He's got 232 caps and 146 goals. I mean, that's just phenomenal. And it goes to show if a sports person looks after themselves, they can really produce longevity in their career. I mean, that's like superhuman, isn't he, Ronaldo? But yeah, it's not only the Spanish goalkeeper that's got to be on top form, Russ. It's the entire Spanish team and the Spanish defence to keep out this brilliant lineup, Portuguese lineup. And I must say, I'm really looking forward to the centre midfield pairing, the Paris Saint-Germain pair, João Neves and Vitinha. And also the fullbacks for Portugal, Mendes and Cancelo. Both fantastic players. But then Spain as well. I think, Spain, what an amazing national team. Won the last European Championships, and I think we're in for a cracking game today. Absolute cracking. I'm hoping for lots of goals, and for it to be settled after 90 minutes.
Yes, I was about to say, let's hope it's settled after 90 minutes. Down 519 minutes is the time that Unai Simon has yet to concede in this game. Spain have yet to concede in the tournament as well, Dan, and that just shows how good of a unit they're playing. We just want to touch upon one of these Spain players before we hand over to Mike very, very briefly. Just give us your thoughts on Lamine Yamal and the tournament he's had so far. I know he didn't play minutes in the early few games, but since he's come in, how big a player has he been for this Spain side, Dan, in your opinion?
Oh, he's absolutely huge, Russ. I mean, Spain look a totally different side with him in the team. And I must say, as a neutral, it's an absolute pleasure and delight to see him at the World Cup, considering his season ended at Barcelona through injury. I'm not sure if he appeared again towards the end of last season for Barcelona. But yeah, absolutely really looking forward to seeing Lamine Yamal play for Spain today. And also the other Alex Brainer, who plays his football at Villarreal or Atletico Madrid. Alex Brainer. I'm sure someone will correct me if I got that wrong. Atletico Madrid, sorry. I'm looking forward to him. A lot of young talent in this Spanish side, whereas the Portuguese side seem to be ageing. So
yes.
Seniors v juniors, isn't it?
It is done, yes. Anyway, without further ado, Dan, we'll let you get ready to go and join our match day commentator. We'll hand over to the commentary team now, with the players just going through the handshakes, ready to kick off and go through the coin tosses and everything in just a second or so before the kick off. It's time to hand over to your match day commentary team of Daniel Money. But first,
Thank you very much, Russ. Thank you, everyone, and a very good evening to you all as well. Good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you're tuning into us from in the world. And of course, if you're in England, hopefully you managed to get some sleep on the back of that performance in the early hours as well. What a game that was against Mexico. And as Russ rightly said, fantastically covered here on the commentary hub by Nicholas Jones. So we'll run you through the two lineups now, and then your match officials as well. So the Portuguese lineup is Diogo Costa, is the man between the sticks. We've got a back four of Joao Cancelo, Ruben Diaz, Renato Vega, and Nuno Mendes. We've got João Neves and Vitinha in the 2 men in midfield, and then the three are Pedro Neto, Bruno Fernandes, and Joao Felix. And they are playing behind Cristiano Ronaldo, who's the lone striker. As for Spain, the Spanish lineup with Unai Simon in goal, the man that was just mentioned, has kept 519 minutes worth of clean sheets, and that's a new record as well. That was beating the 517 minutes that were held by Walter Zenga since the 1990 World Cup. So he's having a formidable tournament so far. And then the back four is Porro, Kabasi, Laporte, Cucurella. And then their midfield two is Pedri and Rodri. And the three are Lamine Yamal, Dani Olmo, and Alex Baena. And of course, the main man up front is Mikel Oyarzabal. And your match officials for this game, we've got the referee and assistant referees are from England. We've got Anthony Taylor, Gary Beswick, and Adam Nunn. The fourth official is from Germany, and that's Felix Zweier. The VAR is Bastian Danker, who's also German as well. And the two assistants on VAR are Marco De Bello, and I've got Antonio Garcia is my other man that I've got here on VAR. So it says Joe Dickerson on screen, but I'm not too sure whether that's actually correct or not. I've got Antonio Garcia. We'll confirm that ever so shortly. But Dan, regarding the two lineups, Spain and Portugal, what are your take on the two lineups, and where do you think this game could potentially be won and lost for either nation?
Well, I think the centre midfield battle, Vitinha and João Neves, obviously two mates at Paris Saint-Germain, know each other very well. A very successful couple of seasons for Paris Saint-Germain, Vitinha and João Neves. And then you've also got the youngster Pedri and the very experienced Rodri in the centre for Spain, and Premier League followers will know how good Rodri is, and the Liga followers will definitely know how good Pedri is and the potential he has. So I think it's across the midfield where the key battles are, and whoever wins that will come out on top today.
And we're underway now. We've just got underway here, and it is the Spanish in possession. They're wearing all white today, and Portugal are in their red kit. Their sort of familiar red shirts, and it's Unai Simon, the goalkeeper, in possession right now. And he's given the ball away there. Couldn't quite see who it was for Portugal. I think it might have been Pedro Neto. The ball's going to go all the way out. Play here for an early goal kick to Spain. And Unai Simon is just going to roll this one out to Ruben Diaz, I believe that is. And he's going to go on to number 19 now, which is Lamine Yamal. In fact, so that wasn't Ruben Diaz, that was Kabasi, so I think it was the getting my teams read up, getting my teams mixed up already. It's Pedro Porro in possession right now, though, for Spain, all the way back to Unai Simon there. And it's back with Kubasi now. And João Felix is on the left-hand side for... Yeah, that's correct, yeah. But early on, we haven't really had too much in terms of chances, or well, we haven't had any chances as of yet. But Dan, what's your take on the early exchanges?
I think both teams will be looking to retain possession. I know Simon give the ball away, but it was well cut out by Pedro Neto. But I think both teams will be looking to retain possession, build slowly from the back, work it from left to right, right to left, and see if they can break each other down. Not surprised at the lack of chances so far. I think there'll be a little cautious start to this game before it hits full flow.
That was just a chance there for Spain to get one out to Lamine Yamal, and he miscontrolled it. But Portugal got a throw there, which was taken by Nuno Mendes. It's actually with the Spanish midfield, and now they're battling here. Going to get a shot away as well, and it's comfortable in the end for Diogo Costa. That was from Mikel Oyarzabal, that one. And he's a fantastic player for Spain as well. He's having a fantastic tournament so far. Is Oyarzabal. It's just a chance here. It's going to be seen behind for another throw to Spain. But we'll just talk about Mikel Oyarzabal for a minute there, Dan. What are your take on him so far in this tournament? He's having a really good tournament for Spain so far, isn't he?
He really is having a fantastic tournament. And I think someone in our group posted a stat of his last 10 or 14 games for Spain. And his statistics, returns, goals and assists have absolutely been fantastic. So it's not just the great tournament he's having, he's having a great time in the Spain national team over the past couple of years.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talked about the record between these two nations as well. It's all Spain, really, when you look at how it's all panned out. They've met 41 times, and Portugal, I believe, have only won 7 of those, including the last time that they met, though, and that was that cracking 2-2 draw in the Nations League, when obviously the Portuguese won on penalties by 5-3. So, I think they want more of the same today, but hopefully in the 90.
I would definitely like to see this game finish after 90 minutes.
But no, like obviously with Portugal, obviously that was a miscontrol there from Nuno Mendes. It's gone out of play for what's going to be a throw-in to Spain. But we spoke about Ronaldo, but some of these other players that they've got as well. You mentioned them before: Pedro Neto, Bruno Fernandes, the two in midfield, João Neves and Vitinha, João Felix as well. They've got a real strong attack, don't they? And obviously, it's going to be interesting to see the battle between probably that front 5 or 6 for Portugal against probably the 5 or 6 for Spain defensively as well.
Portugal's attacking talent is very impressive. I think Spain collectively as a team are very impressive. I'm just looking through the teams here, and I'm actually looking forward to and hoping to see the best of the Portuguese fullbacks, Cancelo and Mendes, getting forward and seeing the best of them in an attacking sense as well as a defensive sense.
And of course, Mendes did actually score in that 2-2 in the Nations League final as well. So we know that he can bag himself a goal or two. Just talking about this World Cup, though, regarding the way that the tournament's panned out so far, as it's Spain in possession right now. You're not missing anything at this moment in time. But Spain, as we spoke about before, haven't conceded a goal in this tournament as of yet. And, the round of 32 victory with a 3-0 win over Austria was a commanding victory for them. And in the group stages as well, obviously the win against Uruguay is a standout there in the group stages. They beat Saudi Arabia convincingly as well. But then there was obviously the shock against Cabo Verde, the 0-0, when obviously we saw what happened with Cape Verde and the way that they took Argentina all the way to extra time on, I think it was Friday as well. So, Spain haven't conceded a goal as of yet in this tournament, but they've not had it all their own way either.
No, they haven't. I mean, I think Cape Verde, if there was an award for surprise packages at the World Cup, Cape Verde would definitely deserve it. I mean, they didn't lose a game over 90 minutes.
Just a chance here. And it's a shot at goal. Sorry about that. It was just over the top from, that was the number 20, I think it was, Joao Cancelo for Portugal. But yeah, just back to you again, mate. Sorry about that.
That's okay. So Cape Verde didn't lose a game over 90 minutes and was unlucky against, in my opinion, against Argentina to lose in extra time and not actually force the game into penalties.
Yeah, I thought, if you have to give goal of the tournament, it's, one of the ones that you will be talking about is that Cape Verde second goal for sure. It was a wonderful hit. I had the pleasure of commentating on that game on Friday, and yeah, it was something that I think I even said at the time that Lionel Messi himself would be, more than proud of. It was an absolute thunderbolt of a strike from the Cape Verde left back.
Absolutely stunning goal, cutting inside and whipping it round into the top corner with his right foot. Absolutely, it is one of the goals of the tournament.
And Portugal just in possession here. In fact, they've given it away, have they? Yes, they have, and it's with, that was Laporte. I think there was a chance here for Spain, and it's just dragged wide there, and I think it might be Oyarzabal. Yeah, it was. That's the man that was just through on goal, and he's just dragged an effort wide there. It's good play from the Spanish, and I think it was Dani Olmo that put the ball through, and that's a huge miss there for Mikel Oyarzabal. You'd expect him to be scoring that, especially the way he's been playing for Spain as of late. As you say, not just in this tournament, but also, even further beyond that as well. You'd expect to be tucking that one home.
Yeah, I'd like to see that one again. But yeah, with the form he's been in over the past couple of seasons with Spain, definitely should have took that one.
It's just a chance here for Cristiano Ronaldo now. He does lose out, and it's currently out to the left-hand side where Joao Felix is in possession. And we're just on 8 minutes. Just over 8 minutes here on the commentary hub. And of course, you're listening to Mike Harniman and Dan Money here on this Portugal and Spain game, where the winners will be playing the winners of the game, which is going to be covered by Nicholas Jones a bit later on between the USA and Belgium as well. And Portugal have a corner here, so just stay with me a second. It's going to be taken by Manchester United's Bruno Fernandes. And let's see whether he can get his delivery spot on here, or whether the Spanish defence are going to be equal to this, or whether Unai Simon can carry on the form that he's been in so far in this tournament. It's going to just be taken by Bruno now. And it's a decent delivery as well, but cleared out in the end at the second attempt off the, might have been Oyarzabal, and Lamine Yamal wants to chase him down. But yeah, we were talking about the USA and Belgium for the winners here, and we've got to talk about the USA. They're the only host nation to still be left in the tournament now that Mexico and Canada are both gone. So just talk about that for a minute, and also talk about this following Balogun decision as well. It's a bit of a strange one, isn't it? The fact that he's now able to play in the game. Yeah, I was just going to get onto that, Paul. That Balogun is now able to play in USA's game against Belgium. Bit of an odd one, that.
Yes, and I'm very surprised that Donald Trump has come out and actually said that he lobbied FIFA to have the red card overturned. Surely that should be a matter the US president keeps out of, and let sport be sport.
Yeah. Absolutely agree with you as well. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I wonder how many other nations they would have done that for.
Yeah, nobody else. It's only because it's the US, 100%. And, the question is, Joao Quansah was sent off the early hours of this morning. Why is he not able to play in the next game for England then? Why can't he play against Norway at the weekend?
We need Keir Starmer to lobby FIFA, I think.
There is a few little TikTok videos I've seen of people doing that and imitating it. It's quite funny, to be honest. But maybe it might be a little part.
Or would that fall to Andy Burnham now?
Yeah, exactly. just a chance here for Portugal, and it's with Ronaldo. Gets a shot away, and that's parried behind for a corner off of Unai Simon. But yeah, let's not talk about politics. Let's keep that away from this. But no, that was just a chance there from Cristiano Ronaldo, and it's carried behind for a corner by Unai Simon here as we're in the 11th minute of this game, and it's Portugal that are creating the chances so far, Dan.
Yeah, I think that Cancelo one is just a little bit lower with a troubled Simon. The chance just now, I believe it was Ronaldo troubling Simon.
Yeah, it
but
was Ronaldo,
Oyarzabal, having seen that chance again, he should have buried that. He should have slotted that one home. And should be 1-0 Spain, in my opinion.
Yeah, they have had the best chance of the game. Actually, you are right about that. I was forgetting his one for a minute, as that was a wasted corner from Cristiano Ronaldo, and it's now back with Spain again, and it's with that was Pedri that time. It's that with Cucurella now, and obviously he's got himself a new club as Marc Cucurella. How do you think he'll get on over in Spain?
I'm not sure. Jury's still out on that one. I mean, it took him a long time to get going, and under at Chelsea, I know that a lot of different managers didn't help, but I think once Chelsea switched back to a 4-4-2, we started to see the best of him. But we know Mourinho and his defences are usually rock solid. But yeah, jury's out. We'll have to see a few Real Madrid games before I make judgment on that one.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, obviously, with the fact he's an ex-Barcelona player as well. So it's going to be interesting there, as Portugal just were in possession, but it's actually with Cucurella now. He just nicks it back off of I think it might have been Vitinha. It was either him or Joe Neves anyway, one of the two centre mids. And it's going to be a shot at goal here for Spain, and it's actually just landed in my back garden from Alex Baena. That was how bad that one was.
Keep the ball, don't throw it back.
Do like what we used to do when we were kids, yeah. My ball now. But no, that was a dreadful effort, that one. We've seen better efforts on a school playground from some of the young kids. But no, it's Spain in possession now, and it's with the defensive Pedro Porro, and now Rodri's got it here. He's going to knock it out to Marc Cucurella. Now Rodri gets it back. And let's see whether he can make something happen here. He's going to give it to... That was Pedri, was it? Now with Pedro Porro. Now Kubasi there, and now that's with Pedri again. Now Rodri. We're just coming up to around about the quarter hour mark. And still that one main chance was the Spanish one for Mikel Oyarzabal. And they're in possession now, but they're being forced backwards at the moment, and they're just kind of keeping possession here of Spain. It's currently with... I think it was Pedro Porro there, but anyway, Portugal have it now in possession. And both sides are just kind of playing a bit of keep ball at this moment in time, Dan.
That's what I kind of expected. I mean, both sides absolutely fantastic in possession. Both sides fantastic at retaining the ball and building up from the back. And also both sides absolutely fantastic at creating something out of nothing. But being neighbours... Pride, you don't both sides.
Yeah, and it's going to be Lamine Yamal. Just stay with us 1 second. He gets the shot away. That's a great save, but it's going to be parried out, and that's another fantastic save as well. Two brilliant saves there from Diogo Costa for a minute. As Lamine Yamal was in, and just want to see who it was that had the second shot. But that first one there from Lamine Yamal, that was a brilliant double-handed parry out from Costa, and then the second one's from Alex Baena as well. And again, another strong hand from the goalkeeper there. So, yeah, two brilliant saves there from the Portuguese number one, and it's just going to be a Spanish corner, which Dani Olmo's over, but 2 massive chances there for Spain, and wow, incredible double save there from the Portuguese keeper.
I really rate the Diogo Costa. I think he's an absolutely fantastic goalkeeper. Only 26 as well. Looking forward to seeing the rest of his career.
Wasted corner there, but it's now with Lamine Yamal to... That was Marc Cucurella. Dani Olmo gets it back again. Here's Lamine Yamal now, going to take this upon himself to get delivery in. It's a bit of a wasted one, and now it's... They tried to head it back to him, but I think he's in an offside position, is Lamine Yamal anyway. So, yeah, it was a bit of a wasted opportunity in the end for Spain. But, again, 2 big opportunities. Obviously, they had the main one a little bit earlier on with Mikel Oyarzabal, and then these 2 just now as well. What a fantastic double save in the end from Diogo Costa there. And, you know, he's showing that anything that Unai Simon could do, he can do just as well.
I think he should have held on to that first effort instead of parrying it out and giving, I think, was it Verena a chance for the second? Yeah. I mean, that second save was fantastic, but Spain shouldn't have had that second shot. He should have caught that ball.
You were being a little bit nitpicky there, are you, with the Portuguese keeper, yeah? You think you could do better?
I used to be a goalkeeper, so yeah.
Yeah, me too, mate. Me too. I'm in the goalkeepers union myself as well, so yeah. Is no one, Paul? There's a whole host of us. Ralph, did you play in goal by any chance? It's with Alex Baena now, though. On towards Marc Cucurella, and is he going to get there just before the Portuguese man Ruben Diaz? No, Diaz gets there first, and it's going to be put behind by João Neves for... Is it going to be a Portuguese ball? In fact, it was actually Pedro Neto, sorry, I should correct myself. The referee might have given a free kick here, potentially. Let's have a look here. It's good defending anyway from Portugal. Yeah, I think he has given an offside in the end. Never played in goal. You were a winger or a striker? Oh, you fancied being the one that scored the goals. You were our nightmare then. You were the ones that we didn't like facing. All right. But no, it's... I remember actually... I used to play down the local park, which is probably about 10 minutes away from where I am now. And I used to play with a lad that went on to play in the Football League as well. I went on to play for Luton Town and a couple of other teams. Not like regular in the first team or anything like that, but he was involved on the books at Luton. He was actually in the Havant and Waterlooville team as well that went on and took, had that fantastic FA Cup run. And they went on to play Liverpool, didn't they? But he couldn't play in that because he was cup tied after he signed from St Albans or somewhere else. So, yeah, bit gutted for Chaz in that instance, to be fair. But he was on the on the books anyway, and in that squad. Yeah. But now back to the here and now. It's Portugal in possession here with João Felix. Now Nuno Mendes. And that's Renato Vega. Now Bruno Fernandes, and now out to Ruben Diaz, and on it goes to João Cancelo. Is that on the... And it's Pedro Neto is involved as well, and his chance here for Portugal, and it's over the top from... I think it was Cancelo, was it? Let's have a look here just a minute. I think it might have been João Cancelo that just fired that one over the top anyway, but I think we're just about getting to a little bit of life here at the moment, Dan. I think both nations are now starting to up the ante a little bit.
Yeah, pace is picking up, chances are coming. It's looking like one of the neighbours wants the bragging rights, especially before this first hydration break.
Yeah, of course, that's going to be coming up ever so shortly as well. It's Dani Olmo for Spain. He gets it back as well. And it's with Olmo again. And that's Oyarzabal. It goes to Marc Cucurella into Dani Olmo once more. And let's see whether Spain and get their noses in front here. Here's Rodri now, and now Pedri. When it goes to Baena. There's a man down here. It's going to be a free kick there. Anthony Taylor has blown up as Alex Baena just got bundled to the floor there by, let's see who it was. I think it might have been Cancelo. It was. Joao Cancelo just shoving Alex Baena over. We're talking in the chat here. I tried my hand in officiating too for 1 or 2 games, and I hung up my whistle and turned my attention to broadcasting. Yeah, not a bad idea that, Russ, to be fair. Especially all the hate and the abuse you're going to get, and for being a linesman down as well, to be fair.
I must admit, I was about 14, and it was for half a game while we waited for the adult to turn up.
Oh yeah. I've never done that. I've never fancied being shouted at and being called all the names under the sun, but maybe one day.
Yeah, by your own teammates and all.
Yeah.
As well as the opposition.
That's just a chance there for Spain. It's going to be taking a deflection. It's gone off the Spanish player's head, and it's gone behind for a goal kick. And there's the hydration break as well. We're 22 minutes in, just around about halfway into the first half, and still goalless. The main chances have fallen to Spain, really. Oyarzabal, Lamine Yamal, and also Alex Baena as well have had moments for the Spanish. Portugal have had a couple of half chances, one for Ronaldo in particular, which was carried behind by Unai Simon. But other than that, we've not really seen massive amount of action. We've had 3 or 4 chances, as I say, but 23 minutes in almost, just into this hydration break, and we're still goalless, Dan.
Yeah, so Spain have had 3 shots on target. Portugal 1, which was that effort from Ronaldo straight at Unai Simon. The Spain chances were obviously a lot better, testing Diego Costa a lot more. And Spain, I see 58.1% of the possession. I thought that, I couldn't believe that. I thought Portugal done very well with the possession. I thought it'd be a lot more even than it was. I don't recall no yellow cards. Very few fouls, or it's
been a clean game so far. Yeah.
But come on, sides. I just want you both to pick up the pace a little bit now. Start having a few more chances, and let's get this game done after 90 minutes.
Yes, please. Yes, please. I definitely don't want a long evening. I know, obviously, we've got another game later on. Well, I say later on, it's going to be Tuesday morning with Nicholas Jones. He's back on commentary again of USA and Belgium, and obviously, we spoke about it a little bit earlier, but the winners of this game face the winners of that game, and I'm sure, which way would you see that one looking as well, the USA-Belgium game? Do you think Belgium will be too strong, or do you think USA, as the only host nation left, have got half a chance?
I must admit, I haven't been impressed with Belgium so far this tournament. They got the players to obviously take USA to the cleaners. I don't think they will. I think they need Lukaku to start. I think they've been a totally different side. Belgium with Lukaku in the team. USA with the crowd behind them. Young, exciting players. They've got their main scorer free from suspension.
Yeah.
It could go anyway, but I would expect Belgium to win comfortably. But I wouldn't be surprised if they just ended up shading it, Belgium, 2-1 after extra time, maybe even on penalties.
Yeah, and the reason we're talking about Belgium as well is obviously the Portuguese boss, Roberto Martinez, was formerly of Belgium, and he's now in his second international stint in this time at Portugal. And so that's just why I wanted to mention Belgium briefly there, and of course the fact that they're going to be playing the winners of this game as well. If they do make it past the USA, as we're going to be getting back underway now with a goal kick, which is going to be left to Renato Vega. But Diego Costa doesn't fancy taking this one himself. Excuse me. And it's now back to the goalkeeper, Diego Costa. And it's Ruben Diaz. And there's a chance there for the one run in Pedro Neto, but good defending from Mark Cucurella. Just knocks it back to Unai Simon. As we're now back underway after the hydration break. And Spain have it here with Pedro Porro, and now I just got it from Kubasi, sorry. Kubasi had it first. Looking for the run of Yamal, but it's gone behind for a throw. And it's with Kubasi again now, the Spanish centre-back. We go all the way back here from Rodri to Simon. And we spoke about Spain a little while ago, Dan. Obviously, they kept a clean sheet in the last round. They also, obviously, as I mentioned before, kept 3 clean sheets in the group as well. Portugal, they didn't have it all their own way either. They drew with DR Congo by 1 goal apiece. They beat Uzbekistan by 5 goals to 0. Then they finished second by drawing 0-0 against Colombia. And then the last game in the round of 32, what a game that was as well. The 2-1 victory over Croatia with Ronaldo on the score sheet from the penalty spot. That was his first goal in knockout World Cup football for Portugal as well. And so just in possession here at the moment, and it's with Cancelo. And it is that man Ronaldo in possession now. Done a couple of step overs as we expect to see from him. But yeah, that game against Croatia, Dan, what a game that was. And obviously, it looked for all the world that Croatia might have taken it to extra time right at the end as well, but for that goal being disallowed.
I didn't see the Portugal-Croatia game, and I was just going to say, was they lucky, Portugal, or was it a favourable VAR decision for Portugal?
No, it was the right decision. I'd say, in all honesty, it took a little while to get the right call, but they did get it right in the end.
Okay, but you can't argue with that, I suppose.
Not too sure what the other lads, Russ and Paul and that thing, but I'd say it was a good call. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Croatia certainly can test anyone on their day, can't they? Absolutely can, and they went ahead in this game through Ivan Perisic as well. So, yeah, Paul saying it was a legit call. Yeah, I have to agree as well. As I say, I think it was the right decision. Ronaldo obviously on the score sheet, and then there was a goal from Gonzalo Ramos as well. That was 94 minutes, and the goal that was disallowed was about 100 and it was over 100 anyway. I think that game played for about 111 minutes or something in the end. It was ridiculous anyway how long it went on for. I think they just finished about half an hour ago. Quite a few games are going on for 100 and so minutes, aren't they? I mean, the England game last night was probably the same amount of minutes as what you just mentioned there, 111, 112.
It was mental. Honestly, here's a chance for Spain now with Pedro Porro. He's going to just win a corner, is he? Yes, he is, off of Nuno Mendes.
I think Spain have got to make the most of these corners. I think they're edging it in height. Obviously, that Portuguese midfield 5, if you include the attacking 3, are all very short players.
I have to agree as well, and it's there's a lot of quality, but they're not the tallest. Yeah, you are right with what you're saying there. You are absolutely right.
I mean, Spain aren't either, but with Rodri in that centre midfield, I think he gives them the advantage height-wise.
It's out to Mark Cucurella. That corner didn't really come to anything, but they do have possession now, and it's just nodded wide there from Dani Olmo. The first one was originally Diogo Costa. Who was it that he made the save from? It was I think there's an offside in there somewhere though. It was Dani Olmo with a second attempt. The other one was delivered in from, I think it might have been, Olmo was offside, yeah. It might have been from Alex Baena, the left midfielder, but no, we've just got an injury here for Cristiano Ronaldo now. Not too sure if he's actually injured or, the fact he's 41, he just fancies a bit of a lay down.
Afternoon nap?
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, obviously, we're talking off air as well before we came live that Ronaldo has confirmed it's going to be his last tournament. So potentially it could be his last game if Portugal don't get through as well. So let's talk about his career a little bit. Obviously, we all know him from his time at Manchester United. Obviously with Real Madrid. Now he's playing out in the Arabic leagues as well, where he's going to be managed by Ange Postecoglou next season. What a phenomenal player, isn't he, Cristiano Ronaldo? He's fantastic.
One of the greatest of all time, in my opinion. We could have many arguments who is the actual greatest of all time, but he has been absolutely phenomenal, and from such a young age all the way up until his current age, maintaining a very high standards. Absolutely fantastic footballer.
And it's crazy, that stat as well. The last game against Croatia was the first time that he'd scored a knockout goal in the World Cup. I think we were talking about before that he'd played 4 World Cups. I think Manuel Neuer had been at 5, although despite being about a year or so younger. But yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo, that's amazing, isn't it? It took him that long to grab himself a knockout goal.
And considering the quality Portugal have had over the years, for him not to score in a knockout stage would suggest to me that, without looking back, Portugal haven't done very well in the knockout stages of a World Cup.
They've done okay. Last round they got to the last World Cup, so they got to the quarterfinals where they lost to Morocco by 1-0. But other than that, I think their other best finishes were, let me have a look here, 4th place in 2006 and 3rd place in 1966. So yeah, you're probably about right in round of 16 in 2010 and 2018.
When did he come?
Knocked out in the groups in 86, 2002 and 2014. So yeah, 3rd place in 1966 was their best finish, and but the best for Ronaldo is the quarterfinals in 22.
I was going to say, he must have been the 2006 World Cup. That must have been his first one if Portugal were there.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Just a chance here for Spain now with, that was I think it's Baena. Eusebio in 1966 indeed, Paul, yeah. He's
Golden Boot winner, wasn't he? Eusebio at the 1996 World Cup.
Mm-hmm. Didn't win it though, did they?
No, we knocked him out, didn't we?
Yep. It's a chance here for Spain now with Pedro Porro and now Lamine Yamal. And Yamal's got it back again. He's going to have a run there, is he? That's good bit of play there from Nuno Mendes. There's a Portuguese man down. Just going to see who that was that went down there. But it was the number 11, Joao Felix. All big news regarding Joao Quanza's red card from the England-Mexico game, which we'll talk about at half-time. Russ has got some news there. Maybe Keir Starmer was on the phone after all.
Parting gift, eh?
It may be, yeah. Just a chance here for Spain now. We have Kabasi and now that was Rodri, and now Kabasi's got it at the moment. And will be forced back to Laporte. That's a good ball forward, but comfortable for Diogo Costa. Came out and claimed that one wide as the goalkeeper. And it's just bowled out to Renato Veiga. And Portugal here looking to move the ball forward, but good defending from Cucurella, I believe, on the left-hand side. He's going to take this throw as well. Just throw it to Laporte. In fact, it was actually Rodri. Now Spain are going to get moving through midfield, and it's with number 22, Kabasi now. And that was Pedri there. And see what Spain can do here. They're still in possession at the minute, but they've given it away. And Portugal have it with Coutinho. Now Ronaldo back to Renato Vega. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. On to Joao Felix. Goes down under the challenge, but referee Anthony Taylor plays advantage, and good advantage it is as well. It's now over to the right-hand side where Bruno Fernandes is at the moment, and he's going to get a delivery. Is he? No, he's not. He just checks back and plays it across to, I think it's Pedro Neto. There's a chance there for Joao Felix, and gathered in the end by Bruno Simon. Just want to see who was it, just had the chance there, but there's a man down here for Portugal, and it looks like it's going to be Joao Felix that's down. Ronaldo just tried to hook one across, but it was comfortable for Unai Simon on the back of that other effort from Joao Felix, who's still down. Yeah, good reactions from the Spanish keeper there. But yeah, Dan, obviously we've still got just under 10 minutes of this half, plus a bit longer actually with the 3 or 4 we have with the hydration break. But you know, what's your take on the game so far? How's it looking on your end?
I'm not surprised the way the game's gone so far. Chances obviously coming at a spread out across this first 38 minutes. Some fantastic save just by Unai Simon just then. Yeah. Double save as well. The double save from Costa earlier. I was expecting a bit more pace and a bit more, the game to be a bit more frenetic, end-to-end sort of stuff, chances galore. But yeah, I'm not surprised there isn't, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. And they're just showing that chance there for Ronaldo, and it was kind of just tried to hook it back, didn't he, to Cristiano Ronaldo, and you know that is something Ronaldo can do. As Pedro Neto has lost a boot there, or he's having an issue with his boot anyway. But I think he's finished his complaining, whatever that was all about.
Did I see Nelson Mendes get a fresh shirt as well earlier on in the half?
He just did just now, just a few moments ago. Yeah. Not like Jordan Henderson, though. Jordan Henderson getting a yellow card and then getting himself injured without even playing a single minute of football. That was a bit mad, wasn't it?
Oh, that was, yeah. I couldn't believe that. You know, we've got these hydration breaks for players' wellness, but some of them don't want to take care of themselves, do they?
Well, he was just in the moment, wanted to go and celebrate with the fans, didn't he? But yeah, it was crazy from Jordan Henderson to, yeah, well, actually, when you watch the video, but watch the video. It's actually Dan Burn. You know, he's got gigantic legs like me. He's about 6'3", 6'4", like I am, and he just kind of hooks a leg over the advertising hoardings, and you know, just gets about the rest of his evening. And Jordan Henderson, yeah, as you say, very unfortunate, and unfortunately, they're also going to be missing the rest of the tournament as well.
Yeah, you don't want to see players missing tournaments for any sort of reason through injury, but especially not self-sustained ones.
No, absolutely not. And of course, we wish Jordan all the best, as I wish him well. There's that. Sorry, mate, go on.
Let's hope he's fit and ready for the start of the season for Brentford.
Yeah, of course, he'll be a big player for them with all of his experience that he's going to bring. Yeah. There's a corner here for Portugal now. As we're just coming towards the 40th minute here. And it's going to be who's on this corner. Let's have a look. Is it going to be Bruno Fernandes? Let's see. No, it's actually the man that just changed his shirt a few minutes ago. Nuno Mendes is over this corner. Someone's having a few issues with their shoelaces there. Well, you tied your laces up before the game, mate. That was Pedro Neto again. Here's,
back in my day, we had to go round our feet with the laces, under the boot and everything.
Yeah, here's Nuno Mendes. He's going to get a shot away here, and it's taking a deflection. Oh, it's hit the crossbar as well. Wow. What an effort that was. And took a deflection off of the head of, just going to see who it was, one of the Spanish players. And cannons off the crossbar. Nuno Mendes covers the head of Pedro Porro is that gets head on that one and just smashes the bar there.
I'll see that again. Got a replay here of him doing up his shoelace.
Yeah. It's another throw here for Mendes. He just had one that's now he's been told to take it again.
Oh.
Mendes to get it back now. That's a really poor ball in from Mendes, but Portugal do have it back. In fact, no, they don't anymore. Now with Lamine Yamal. And there comes Spain on the counter attack. He's going to go out to. That was
very important touch from Porro, getting his head in the way.
Yeah, it could have gone
anywhere. Goal bound.
It could have gone anywhere like that. Just a chance there for Spain, but it was Lamine Yamal on a run there. And it's good play from João Felix. We're just coming towards the close of this half. Portugal 0, Spain 0 is the score so far. Here on the commentary hub, Mike Harniman alongside Dan Money for this round of 16 game, I should say. Almost said round of 32 there. Russ did that yesterday, I think he did, when he was producing. Here is Portugal in possession now with Ruben Diaz, now with Bruno Fernandes, and now Renato Vega on to Mendes there, and Vega's got it back. Here's Mendes again, looking for Ronaldo, but claimed well there by Unai Simon in the Spanish goal. As we'll be finding out ever so shortly how much additional time we're going to be having for the hydration break. Spain are in possession now with Rodri, and now that's with Laporte, and now Rodri's got it. On to Lamine Yamal. In fact, it wasn't Yamal, it was Porro, sorry, I should say. Now Dani Olmo. Now it goes to Alex Baena. Here's Mark Cucurella now Dani Olmo. Here's Laporte, and now it's Baena. Now Olmo, he's going to get a shot. No, he's not. He's going to find Oyarzabal though. It's good defending there from, I think that was Vega that time. There's going to be a shot here from Rodri. We're going to have 6 minutes of additional time. And the effort from Rodri has just landed with somebody in the crowd. He said he's going to keep the ball. So he's got a ball, I've got a ball. You might see a goal at some point as well, Dan, maybe.
Hopefully, mate. I've been blessed with goals in all my games so far.
Have you had any 0-0s or no, not yet?
No, none.
Let's hope this isn't the curse.
I broke Russ's hoodoo.
Yeah. My luck so far has been really good. I don't think I've had a 0-0 yet either. So this is where I've definitely cursed it for us now.
Oh, we've cursed ourselves, haven't we?
I think so. I hope we're ready for a long night. Nick's on at 1 a.m. Yeah, we'll be finishing about what, 12:45? By the time the penalties are done. There's a chance here for Portugal to get the ball forward to Ronaldo, but comfortable for Unai Simon. And I think we'll see hopefully a bit more quality in the second half. Obviously, there's a lot of options on the bench for both nations as well. Lots of quality that either side can go to. Might even see Mikel Merino as well. Here's Dani Olmo. Now Pedro Porro. On towards Lamine Yamal, and that was scuffed wide there from the young starlet. He's offside anyway, so his flushes have been spared. Yeah, this finishing in this game so far is certainly, what's the word? Yeah, it's lacking quality, is what I was going to say there.
Oh, I don't know. I think these goalkeepers have done their bit as well.
They have made a few good saves, actually, Simon and Diogo Costa, but there's a few chances there which the players of this quality you'd probably be expecting maybe a little bit more as well. That was all I was saying.
Yes, definitely. Ronaldo hooking that effort back in. Oyarzabal, the best chance of, well, the earliest chance of the game. Oh, just seeing that again from Lamau. The offside one, offside flag saving him.
Yeah, he was lucky the flag was up there, wasn't he? Yeah.
Oh, he should be holding that run, looking across the line.
Yeah. And as somebody that used to or did a little bit of officiating, you speak for everyone when you say that.
I would have given him onside, I think.
To see him miss. Yes, free kick here for Spain. There's a man down in the area. Anthony Taylor's given a free kick here for a shove. But yeah, referee Anthony Taylor hasn't had any instances of note to deal with as of yet. He's been quite an easy game so far with Anthony Taylor and his assistants. Doesn't really have a lot to do.
I would agree. I was just about to say that myself. It's been a pretty easy game to officiate or come across that way.
Yeah, he's doing a good job so far. As we're just over halfway through the sixth of additional time, and we're still yet to see that first goal.
I've thought that about a lot of the games I've seen where the referees, I think, have had a good first half and come out in the second half and they appear to want to get more involved.
Yeah, it was a bit like that yesterday with that England game against Mexico as well. The decisions were correct, in my opinion. I think the penalty was harsh on the one where Harry Kane gave away the penalty, but the red card I think is correct. I think that the England penalty is correct. And to be honest, if you take bias out of it, the Harry Kane one that he gave away is probably correct as well, in all fairness. But go on.
No, I was going to say, when you watch it back, yes, mate, but in real time, no. I mean, so I would say the referee didn't really make an error because Kane did get the ball. He just come through the Mexican player when he did get it. But the more you see it, the more you do have to agree with the referee's decision to give a penalty there against England.
Yeah, in real time, I was with you. I thought it was a questionable decision at best, but I've seen it back today probably 2 or 3 times, and you have to take bias out of it and say that the referee got them all right. Really, I think you got all 3 calls correct. As we're just coming towards the close of this game, now we're on the last minute of the 6th. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo, is it? No, it's not. It was up there. That was Joao Felix, was it? Yeah, it was. The man had just pulled back Pedro Porro. It might seem a little bit like we haven't really commentated a lot on this first half, but we haven't really had matters to commentate on, have we, actually, in all fairness? We've had a few chances, but actually, we've had the Oyarzabal chance, we've had the Lamine Yamal and Alex Baena chance as well. We had the Ronaldo one, which was straight at Simon, the double save that Simon made as well. But, people might be listening to this and thinking, these guys haven't really commentated, but we haven't really had matters to commentate on in this first half, have we, in all fairness?
No, I mean, both sides retaining, well, in between the penalty boxes, retaining possession well, breaking down. The chances that have been created have been good chances. Goalkeepers have done very well to keep them with their saves, keep the scores 0-0. But yes, I'm hoping it picks up in the second half.
Yeah, me too. And that's half time. It's Portugal 0, Spain 0 at the break. As I say, we had a couple of chances. Oyarzabal had a chance for Spain, which he would have probably put half of them to score the way this tournament's gone for him, and even before that as well. Ronaldo's had a couple of half chances for Portugal. Yamal's had a chance for Spain, which was really well saved by Diogo Costa, and he also saved from it was Alex Baena as well at the second attempt. But so far, haven't really seen masses of quality, and let's hope we have a bit more in the second half. Let's hand back over to Russ in the studio as the half-time score at the AT&T Stadium is Portugal 0, Spain 0.
Thank you very much there to Mike and to Dan for that first half coverage. I'll bring in Dan in just a second or two on this news, which is coming out this evening. And I want to get your thoughts on this, Dan, in a second, and anybody else listening to this as well. And the English FA are considering an appeal against Yao Kwanzaa's red card against Mexico last night, or should I say the early hours of this morning, UK time, or last night, if you're listening in Mexico or USA or Canada, depending where you're from. And after the game, Thomas Tuchel said he was furious at the officials who took charge of the game and the two VAR decisions against England, which one that saw Kwanzaa sent off, and the Mexican side awarded a penalty. In for me, with the red card, the referee saw the challenge, felt like Kwanzaa had won the ball, which to me looked like he did win the ball, and then he played on, and it was only when the Mexican he looked like off the bench had come onto the field to complain, and that's when he brought VAR got involved and sent the ref to the monitor. So England considering an appeal, and I believe it is on the back of what happened with the Florian Balogun red card incident, where he's got suspended for the rest of so he can play tomorrow. So England are hoping something similar will happen with Kwanzaa's red card. Dan, just your initial thoughts on that news there, that the English FA are considering an appeal against Kwanzaa's red card, and other options as well with surrounding that.
Watching it in real time live, I thought it was an absolute fantastic challenge, and you make challenges and your momentum takes you through the player, and I think you've got to accept and expect that. But when you do look at the replays, you can see why the Mexicans were up in arms, got very, very heated. When you see it a few times, like we do have the benefits when we are watching it on TV to get numerous replays of the incident, I think it was the right decision. I think the frustration comes because of the way the Mexicans reacted, and it seems like the officials are reacting to the Mexico players' reaction, which you don't really want officials doing. What you want is VAR to take control and say, right, ref, he's won the ball, but he's really high. He's hit the player, gone through studs first. Come and have a look at it. You don't want referees rechecking their decisions because a team doesn't like it. You might as well just have someone standing at the screen all day if that's the case. As for England appealing,
and also, Dan, you go.
I don't think if they do appeal, I don't think it will be overturned. Unfortunately, I think it was the correct decision. When you do have the benefit of all the replays, I think it's the referee's reaction to the Mexico players' reaction that is what you don't want to see. I forgot what else you asked. I was going to say as well,
Dan. Yeah. Also, I was about to ask you another question here, Dan. How far do you think the officials are able to go back? England moved in the England bought the movement after that challenge. England got all the way down to the other end, and the referee blew up for an England free kick, and then went to the monitor and then gave the red card to Kwanzaa and a free kick to Mexico. Having played on for quite a while, England down the other end and won a free kick of their own on the left-hand side when on foul on Gordon. Then he brings it all the way back for a free kick to Mexico and a red card. How far do you think we can be able to go back? Quite a lot happened between the challenge there and when the ball actually stopped dead with that free kick. There, do you think we were able to go all the way back to do that, or do you think it's going to be, say, 5 seconds? And if anything does happen, like we've seen in some Premier League games where the even if balls in the middle of the park, the referee blows up, does the video screen and goes across to the monitor to check an incident, or do you think he's going to do like they did yesterday, where they wait until the ball actually goes dead?
I think you got instances where both circumstances have occurred where the referee has blown pretty quickly to go and check the screen. And there's been other instances where the referee has let play continue for far too long before he's gone back and checked the incident, like yesterday with Kwanzaa's red card. I don't know if you know how many seconds had passed before the incident and him going back and checking it, but I think for the fans' sake and for the fluidity of the game, there should be a limit as to how, like time-wise, how long you can leave it before you go back and check it. I mean, with a lot of offsides, they don't go back and check if the play's been recycled, which, I think, if you're on the wrong side of a call, you can see the goal, you're up in arms about it. If it goes for you, then you don't mind. And I think that's what you've got to try and consider. It's how you would feel if the decision went against you, how you would feel if the decision went for you. But I think, VAR comes under a lot of scrutiny, a lot of criticism, some praise at times, but I think there needs to be consistency with the amount of time that has elapsed before you go back and check a decision. You have 2 or 3 people wherever, Stockley Park, wherever, checking these incidents, and I think for the game, I think you need to get these decisions rechecked and decided upon as quickly as possible before moving the game on.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Dan. And like some people have said with regarding to this, it's like it all comes on the back of that incident with Florian Balogun, which you and Mike touched upon in commentary in that first half. And I've seen some people say if we do appeal and it gets rejected, it's like one rule for the USA, one rule for everybody else in this World Cup. And if that is the case and it does get rejected, it will feel like that to some people, and maybe it feel like that to, say, the FA and to Thomas Tuchel and to his England squad as well, won't it, Dan?
It will, but I think one rule for the US and one rule for the rest of the world is not just in this World Cup, is it? But I think it was the right decision. I mean, Flora Balogun, I think that wasn't that where he come down studs first on the calf. I can't remember the player involved. Come down at the back of his calf, wasn't it? And then was sent off. I think if you was to take the 2 incidences as fouls, they're 2 very different types of foul. But I think, they were both deserved of a red card. I think, if you come down if you go in stud showing, regardless of where the tackle is, you run the risk of it being a red card. And if you actually make contact with the player's leg with your studs, then quite rightly it is a red card and it should be upheld, regardless of who you are, what club you play for, or what nation you represent.
Yes, absolutely, Dan. Absolutely. Just a bit of news. Sticking with England for a moment, and obviously fantastic to get through to the quarterfinals to take on Norway in the next round. And a bit of positive news for England, because obviously we know it's been a troubled position at right back, and Reece James has missed the last the last 3 games against Panama, DR Congo, and yes, in the early hours of this morning's victory against Mexico. And news in today from earlier on today is that Thomas Tuchel expects Reece James to be available for Saturday's quarter-final clash against Norway. With that in mind, Dan, obviously it's been a troubled position at right back. We've had Reece James, we've had Jed Spence play there, we've had Yao Kwanzaa play there, we've had Declan Rice play there, we had Ezri Konsa even play there last night following the red card to Kwanzaa. How big a boost is that for England if James is back fit and available for selection against Norway?
Huge. Absolutely huge if Reece James is back. I mean, I think he's an outstanding player. Fantastic defender. We all know he's got the capabilities with his passing range, his set pieces. He gives England another dimension. I think he can help take England to another level. And it also, it's what you want, isn't it? You want natural players playing in their natural positions. So yeah, if Reece James is back, it'll be an absolutely huge boost for England, especially on the back of Jordan Henderson now appears to be missing the rest of the tournament. Be a huge lift around the camp, I believe.
Yes, absolutely. Now, just bringing Mike Harniman on this as well. And Mike, obviously, has been a problem position for England right back. How big a boost do you feel it will be to have someone like Reece James back in that position?
Yeah, I agree with Dan as well. I think it's a massive boost for England if he does, if he is declared fit for the game against Norway on Saturday. I think that he's our best right back in the squad. It's would have been between him and Trent, obviously, if Trent was there, but Thomas Tuchel decided to go with Livramento, and then Livramento got injured, and then it goes back to Reece James getting an injury, and Gerald Kwanzaa getting himself a red card as well in that game yesterday, or the early hours of this morning, sorry, I should say. So yeah, it's huge. It's a massive boost if Reece James is back fit, and I think it will certainly stand England in good stead as well, because you want Declan Rice in midfield against Norway, up against his club counterpart Martin Odegaard. So yeah, I think that would have been probably the other option. I know obviously Jed Spence is there as well, but Ezri Konsa, I thought had a good game at right back when he was shifted across to the right hand side. But now Reece James, if he can get himself fit, then yeah, massive boost for England if he's available for Saturday.
Yes, absolutely. With that news there, obviously, I just want to give another shout out to a man who not really played many minutes of this tournament, but came on in the game against Mexico to help England get through towards them when we had to go to and make changes to our side towards the back end of the game for England yesterday, and that man is Dan Burn. What a performance that Dan Burn had yesterday, Dan, in the England match, coming off of the bench, and he made the most tackles and clearances for a player in a World Cup match coming on after the minute he came on in the 75th minute. I think he made 6 clearances in that time, and he made the most in a World Cup. How big a player is he going to be going into the remainder of the tournament, especially with Jordan Henderson out and a bit of a lot of experience that he's got on with him, and say the likes of John Stones as well. How big they're going to be in and around the dressing room even if we don't play?
Oh, I think Dan Burn is a fantastic player. I mean, he's been absolutely excellent since he's joined Newcastle. Absolutely brilliant for Brighton before he's moved to Newcastle. His height, I think he's heading ability, and like you say, Russ, I think not only him, but I think everyone who come on yesterday played absolutely fantastic, especially from a defensive point of view. And for those stats you've just actually given me, I think it just goes to show how under the cosh England were against Mexico, how hard they had it, and how hard and focused they had to stay, and how hard they had to defend to see the game out. And if you've got players like Dan Burn, Jed Spence, who come on, I can't remember the other defender who was brought on towards the end. But
John Stones came on as well.
That's it, John Stones. Thanks, Russ. I thought they was all immense, all fantastic, excellent. You couldn't have asked any more from them, could you, as players?
No, and you could even ask for better more than them as a unit as well across the back. When we went to the back five as well, you saw how they all stuck together. You even saw Anthony Gordon, who's not really known for his defensive duties. We saw him track back and help out and make it like a back six at times. It's maybe even back eight at times with players drop from the midfield dropping even into there, like to Bellingham, and Rice dropping back into the back line at times as well. So really good performance. Now just turn our attention back to this game here, Dan. Both teams are locked in 0-0. Both keepers have had some saves to make, but the quality in the final third, yes, they've had shots that have gone over or deflected wide, but the quality in the final third in getting shots on target rather than straight down to the goalkeeper. If we put him either side of the goalkeeper, that could beat him better and could work better for both teams. What do you think would be happy with the two managers at Harniman? What do you think? And which team do you think will make the change? Go to the bench first and make a change as the teams are back out.
I think Roberto Martinez, the Portugal manager, will be the happiest of the two managers at half time. Spain, as before the hydration break, had just under 59% of possession and more shots on goal and on target. After the hydration break, Portugal started to have more possession, more shots on goal, a couple more on target, which kind of leaves the stats very even at half time. I think with the attacking threats, I think maybe...
Just to cut you off there a minute, mate.
Yeah.
The match is back underway, so let's hand over to your commentary team of Daniel Money and Mike Harniman.
Thank you very much. Yeah, carry on where you were just for a minute there, Dan, because Spain had just got the ball here, but nothing. Let's have a look here. Just there was 1 second. Yeah, it's currently with Portugal. Go on, Dan, finish your point.
So I was going to say, I think if anyone makes a change first, it'll be Portugal, and I can see Rafael Leao coming on for João Felix, just to freshen it up on that left wing. I think Spain will be pretty happy with what they've got so far.
They've got some good options, haven't they, on the bench as well? We've got, as you say, Rafael Leao is there, Gonzalo Ramos is there as well. Ruben Neves is there, Matheus Nunes is there as well, Francisco Conceição is there. There's some good options there on the bench for the Portuguese, also for Spain as well. I mentioned earlier on about Mikel Merino, but they've also got Jeremy Pino, they've also got Gavi as well, Ferran Torres, Nico Williams, Fabian Ruiz, Martin Zubamendi as well. There's lots of quality on the bench for both nations.
There is. I'm very shocked that Zubamendi hasn't played 1 minute of football yet in this World Cup.
Yeah, he was, I think it was about a year ago today as well when he signed for Arsenal. So a year ago, over the last few days anyway, it might have been the weekend. And be interested to see whether we get to see him at all in the second half. Hopefully we do. As Portugal are in possession, and it's with, that was Pedro Neto there. They're going to go behind for a throw-in try, which Mark Cucurella is over.
Did we mention Nico Williams as well? I mean, Nico Williams lit up the last European Championships that Spain won.
Yeah, he's another fantastic player there that can come on and have an impact for the Spanish. Obviously, they won the last European Championships, as you said, and he was great in that tournament alongside Lamine Yamal, who was also, that was his breakthrough tournament, wasn't it, as well?
16-year-old, wasn't he, at that tournament?
Yeah, he was 16 then, yeah. I think Nico Williams himself was only about 18.
There's a lot of youth on their side, Spain, haven't they?
Definitely do. As Cristiano Ronaldo's just bundled over to the floor here by Dani Olmo. Just going back to England as well, just ever so briefly. When Russ was talking about England players that played well, I thought Anthony Gordon was exceptional in that game this morning. I thought he was everywhere. Obviously you spoke about Dan Burn, but I just want to mention Anthony Gordon for a minute in that England game. I thought he was superb.
Fantastic, wasn't he?
The new Barcelona man. Yeah.
I mean, I think he come in for a bit of criticism in one of England's group games. Was it the Ghana game? And I think like last night and the last game against Panama and DR Congo, he really has shown why Barcelona has spent all that money on him.
Absolutely, that delivery there is from Nuno Mendes, and it's comfortable to the gloves, into the gloves of Unai Simon. In fact, he's bowled it out to the Portuguese down there. A bit of a poor throw out, and Portugal have it here now. It's going to be a shot at goal, is it? Yes, and it's a poor cross in from João Cancelo there. But yeah, these two nations haven't got going as of yet in terms of testing the goalkeepers in the start of the second half. Let's hope we have a bit more action than we did in the first as well. I know we did have some moments. What I didn't talk about was the one that was off the crossbar. It was a big effort from Nuno Mendes, wasn't it, I believe?
It was. Porro getting his head on it, head in the way.
Yeah.
That looked, one of the angles I see of the replays, that looked goal bound.
Just
very
a chance here
important
for
head.
Spain's Lamine Yamal, and he loses out there. That was talking of Nuno Mendes, excellent defending from Nuno Mendes there. When he goes down under the challenge of Lamine Yamal as well. For the left back there in his defensive duties. Doing them extremely well as well. With Diogo Costa now knocks it out to, it was Ruben Diaz. There's a man down there. No free kick though. Spain have possession here. Out to Alex Baena. And yeah, Paul, you're right. The Spain defensive setup is absolutely phenomenal. You can see why they haven't conceded any goals in this tournament yet. As Pedro Neto is looking to potentially change that though. Looking for Ronaldo, but the ball's gone way past him, and away for a Spanish throw. Yeah, just you've got a great point there, Paul. Spain's defensive setup is phenomenal, and you know, what's your take on that as well, there, Dan? It's they're exceptional, aren't they, in the way that they defend?
They are, absolutely. It is. Considering like there's no four of them are at the same club, they seem to have an excellent understanding of one another's game. Work very well together as a unit. You'd think there were some of them, all four of them were club mates as well. But
yeah,
none
absolutely.
of them.
And as you say, none of them are. As Spain have possession here now with Dani Olmo. It's Nuno Mendes there. Is he going to see that for a throw? Yes, I think he is, just about. Yeah, the ball's gone out of place. That is going to be a throw in there. And let's see whether they're going to be strict on this 5 seconds with a throw in here, Dan.
I think they do need to be a little bit stricter on this.
Yeah, he's straight away throwing that in anyway. There's nowhere near 5 seconds. So that's good that we're off and running quite quickly again. Here's Ronaldo. Good defending from not Cucurella. Gets it back as well. And here's Dani Olmo now. Now up to Lamine Yamal. Does well against Nuno Mendes. Into the area he goes. And it's cleared out in the end by the is that Vega, might have been. Good run there from Lamine Yamal, looking to cause the Portuguese defence a few problems early on here in this half. It's going to be Pedro Porro with this throw. As we're just coming into the 52nd minute here of this game. If you're listening to the Commentary Hub here on YouTube, and if you haven't subscribed to us yet, then please do so. And hit that notification bell for the next live game as well, which is going to be in the early hours of Tuesday morning with Nicholas Jones bringing the game we spoke about a little bit earlier on, the USA against Belgium, who are, of course, going to be the side that play the winners of this game as well. So the winners of that game play the winners of this game in the quarterfinals. Here's Ronaldo now. Has he gone down? Referee says yes. And of course, if you haven't liked our stream, then please like our stream as well. You can also drop a comment into the comment section as well and let us know where you tuned in from and your own opinions on the game. And also drop us a follow over on our social media as well. You can drop us a follow on X, which is at Commentary Live 1. We're also on Instagram and TikTok as well at the Commentary Hub 92. So do give us a follow over on those. We were on Facebook. We had a few little issues there, but we'll be back on Facebook before you know it as well. But in the meantime, drop us a follow over on X and TikTok and on Instagram as well, if you haven't yet done so, and share it with your family and friends and work colleagues and everybody as well. Be greatly appreciated. There's an injury here for the Portuguese man. I think is it Nuno Mendes down there? We might be forced into being the first sub ever so shortly there, Dan.
Yeah, Diogo Dallo, maybe?
Yeah, potentially.
For Nelson Mendes?
Yeah, or you could see Nelson Semedo, potentially.
Well, I think Dallo's very good at going forward, especially for Man United. I know he's more favoured the right. I know he has been used at left back. I would say Semedo as well is primarily a right back.
He is, yeah.
Where England
and
are
João Cancelo is probably more favourable at left back, so that might not be a bad move. You might see Cancelo switch over to the left hand side, maybe, and then Diogo Dallo move on to the right.
Or Semedo. Here's a quiz for our listeners. How many of the current Portugal squad, World Cup 2026 squad, have been at Wolverhampton Wanderers at one point or another?
Oh, here's a question for you. That's a great question. There's definitely a few. Yeah. Of course, we've got João Neves. He was one, wasn't he?
Vitinha, I believe.
Yeah. So, not João Neves. Sorry, Ruben Neves.
Pedro Neto.
As Nuno Mendes has just come on there for. Sorry, Nelson Semedo. Sorry, just come on for Nuno Mendes. That's number 2 on there now.
That's the first change of the game.
Yep. I'll note that one down. So we've got Nelson Semedo on now for Nuno Mendes. First Portuguese change, and actually, as you say correctly, the first change of the match. And there's Portugal in possession now as well with. That was Renato Vega and now Diogo Costa. We're going to just whack this one long. That's a good header from Laporte, I think. Nuno Mendes there is just getting a pat on the chest from a few of his Portuguese counterparts and substitutes. As Nelson Semedo takes the throw. It's going to be a throw in here now. A little bit further on. Again for Portugal. Of course, we spoke about the Portugal boss, Roberto Martinez, a little bit earlier as well. When, of course, he was born in Spain himself. Was at Zaragoza. It was also at Wigan and Motherwell and Walsall and Swansea as a player, and also managed Swansea and Wigan and Everton before he moved into international football as well with Belgium and now Portugal. So he's had a decent stint in management as well as in playing, as Roberto Martinez, and I'm sure there's no split loyalties today, despite the fact he's Spanish born.
He's in a no-lose situation, isn't he? Bless him.
Yeah.
Was he Wigan manager when they beat Man City to win the FA Cup?
I believe so, yeah, I believe so. I'm sure one of the either Paul or Russ will confirm or deny, but I believe he will. Yes, there you go. Yes, you are right.
Yeah. so he knows how to get a result in a big game.
He does, yeah.
For a less favoured side.
Yeah. Russ is saying how he's met him as well when he was manager of Belgium. Yeah, I remember. I do remember. As a Portugal man in possession here now, and it was Nelson Semedo. Now he's knocking it around at the minute. Bruno Fernandes. It's actually now with Renato Vega. Now Ruben Diaz. He's coming up to the hour mark almost. And Renato Vega that's now with. That was I can't see who that was though, was it? Joao Felix maybe? Here's Ronaldo. It's comfortable for Unai Simon in the Spanish goal. Seeing this one here again from Ronaldo. Tried to hook one back across, but just went into the gloves of the Spanish keeper. They're continuing on with that record as well, is Unai Simon. What's that, 59 minutes on top of the 519 that he already had prior to this, in terms of not conceding the goal.
I'm just trying to figure out the minutes into full games there.
Yeah.
540 would be 6 games, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So he's not far off 7 clean sheets in a row.
Yeah.
630 minutes he'd have to get to, would he?
That's right, yeah. But what's he on? He's on about, so what's that, 519 plus, say, 60. So we're on about, what, 579? 578?
Oh, so need extra time.
Yeah.
Need extra time. No, let one in. We'll score one, Simon.
Go on, yeah. Here's Lamine Yamal now for Spain. Loses out and then he bundles his man over as well, which was the Portuguese left midfielder Joao Felix. Yeah, Paul's right. The game is awful. You haven't really seen much fight or intensity as of yet in this opening hour.
Yeah, second half hasn't gone the way I was hoping.
No, we definitely cursed it earlier on when we said about this 0-0. As here's Danny Olmo now. Hopefully he can change it for us. There's a chance here for. Was that Rodri? No, it wasn't Rodri. It was actually Pedri, I should say, the other midfielder. And that one's a deflection gone behind for a corner. Might have to start praying soon that we're going to get a goal.
I think we need some changes. And we've got a hydration break coming up soon. So,
yes.
One side usually tends to come out on top following the hydration break.
Yeah, for Baena whips in from this corner, and then again it's wasted. But now it's going to be another effort from, that was the number 19, Lamine Yamal. It's going to be another corner for Spain, which again is going to be taken by Alex Baena again. Was it Daniel Olmo that took the last one? But Alex Baena is going to take this one, and yeah. We're 61.5 minutes in. We're still yet to see either side on the score sheet, as Baena's delivery is comfortably claimed there from the Portuguese keeper Diogo Costa. Not to get confused with the ex-Chelsea forward Diego Costa. He was a bit of a menace, wasn't he, back in the day?
He was. Especially against my club.
Yes. That's Paul calls him the Elephant Man. But no, our club. You're a gooner, mate. Same as me. Our club.
Our club, yeah. Didn't enjoy our games against Chelsea while he was there.
No, me neither. And Paul as well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a chance here for Portugal now. And it's with, that was Neto. Anyway, it's now Coutinho. We get it back as well from Bruno Fernandes. It goes down. And Anthony Taylor going to give a free kick here. Got a foul by, I think that was Pedri that just caught him. And Portugal want to take it quickly, and they have as well. It's gone out to the right hand side where you have, that's Pedro Neto. Now it's with Coutinho again, and now Ruben Diaz. Now that's Pedro Neto. And away it goes for what we've got there. We're going to have a throw. which Portugal want to take through João Cancelo. I think we need this hydration break as well ever so shortly, because we haven't really had a great 20 minutes in this half. So maybe the hydration break, as you say, will be what helps one of these nations come out and look a little bit more on the front foot.
Yeah, we need to see a bit more urgency from, well, both sides, but either side will do me at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, we were speaking about the Spain defence and how good they are. I mean, Portugal, I've always considered their defenders to be very solid, reliable.
Yeah, they've got a lot of quality as well. Ruben Diaz, obviously, is a league winner. Renato Vega's a good player as well. Nelson Semedo on the bench, who's now come on as well. And obviously, João Cancelo, another one that was fantastic in his time at Manchester City. There's Spain in possession here now with Yamal. He's looking to find Alex Baena. And good defending there from Portugal. And it's going to be Baena who's going to get a chance there. Another bite. The cherry gets a shot away. And that's comfortable for the goalkeeper, Diogo Costa. As we just come towards the 65th minute here now. Still remaining Portugal 0, Spain 0. It's a completely different game to the last time that these two met. As I said before, it was the 2-2 back in the Nations League final, which Portugal won on penalties by 5-3. We'll just take the one goal right now, won't we? To be honest, Dan, I think one's good at this point.
It would be. I'll take anything at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's Yamal on two. It's actually going to be put behind for a throw there to Spain. There's Pedro Porro was involved. Got a ball into the area, but no one was really gambling. I thought maybe Mikel Oyarzabal might have gambled there, but no, the ball was well away from any of the Spanish attackers. Pedro Porro won't take the throw. He does. He throws it to Pedri. And now it's with Laporte.
It's kind of turning out into what would appear to be like a dead rubber group game, isn't it? Where both sides guaranteed qualification and they're just seeing this out, not to get any injuries.
Yes. It's looking very much like that this morning time. Here's Lamine Yamal up against number 2, Nelson Semedo. And it goes down, wants a free kick, but the referee, Anthony Taylor, says no. Didn't want to give anything for that one. I just want to see that one back in a minute, but not for me. I don't think it was really worthy of a free kick. I think the referee probably got that right. It's with Alex Baena again now, looking a bit more central this time. And out it goes to Lamine Yamal. And here's Rodri now.
Maybe some changes would freshen this game.
I think we do need some changes. I think you're absolutely right. You're on the money. We need to see maybe a Nico Williams for Spain. We need to maybe see, if you look at Portugal, maybe a Bernardo Silva. Maybe, as you say, a Rafael Leao potentially. I think we need to see some changes. Yeah.
Got Ronaldo deeper and bring on Gonzalo Ramos.
Potentially, I think it is Ronaldo though. He's giving the ball away there. I wonder if we've seen Ronaldo finish this game. He didn't finish the last game. He was taken off early, wasn't he? So I wonder whether he'll be taken off at some point, as we're now into the 67th minute here. And that is Anthony Taylor's cue to blow up for the hydration break. So yeah, if you look at these two sides, Dan, so far the only change is the forced one, which was Nelson Semedo on for the left back, which was Nuno Mendes. What do you reckon will be the next? Who do you reckon will go to the bench next? And do you reckon we might see a Ramos or a Bernardo Silva or a Rafael Leao or even a Nico Williams against soon, something like that?
I think Spain need to change it up. I mean, they're enjoying the majority share of possession. but they're just lacking something cutting up front. I think Portugal will be very happy with the way things are going, bearing in mind the players they have on the pitch quite easily counter and create something, although we haven't seen that yet.
No.
But yeah, I think both sides need to up the tempo, get some fluids on board, make a couple of changes now, and let's see what happens once this hydration break concludes. But they've really got to start going for it now, either side. You know,
yeah, you'd expect to see that as well. You'd expect to see both Roberto Martinez and Luis de la Fuente, both. You know, I think you can see it here in the way that they're talking to their teams. That it's basically now or never. You've got 20, 25 minutes left of this game. Leave it all out there. You've got nothing to lose.
Be prepared to win and not be scared to lose.
Yeah, absolutely that. As they're just in discussions here with some tactical information. This is what this hydration break gets used for. Well, from their point of view anyway. We all know what it's used for from an actual point of view. And probably enough said about that, the better.
Time out.
Advertising.
Advertising, I forgot that one.
Yeah.
Oh, America, they can make any sport into four quarters, couldn't they?
Of course they can. Of course they can. But now we're still in this hydration break. We'll probably have another 30 seconds or maybe 60 seconds of this hydration break now.
Nico Williams and Victor Muniz. That's who I'd like to see come on.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Yeah.
Young striker who's just secured a move to Liverpool. Let's see what he can bring and offer to the Premier League.
Interesting to see how he does in the Premier League. Yeah, yeah. I'd like to see how he gets on with Liverpool. Williams. As they ask, you are going to see Rafael Leão, and you're also going to see the man you spoke about a little while ago, Diego Dallo, introduced as well for Portugal. So we're going to see João Cancelo make way, and he's going to come off to be replaced by the number 5 Diego Dallo. And the other Portuguese change sees Rafael Leão coming on. I missed who went off there. But Rafael Leão is on. Hopefully they'll put that back on the screen again, because I was writing down Diego Dallo and it's gone.
I think me and you are doing the same thing. Yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised to see João Felix go off. I don't think he's had that as big an impact as he would have liked. And I think it is João Felix. I've just seen that come up again.
João Felix for Rafael Leão. Thank you very much there, Russ. Appreciate that, mate. Probably a good decision to get Rafael Leão on as well. I think he's something that we all know his qualities. So let's see whether he can have any impact. As we do have a free kick for Spain though at this moment in time, just outside the area.
So looking at 70 minutes and still no changes from Spain.
No, it's
somebody's got to do something soon. I am surprised there's been no changes.
I wonder whether they're going to go to the bench in the next 3 or 4 minutes there, because Lamine Yamal was over this free kick. Let's see whether he can make something happen. Lamine Yamal shot a goal, and that was parried over the top there from the Portuguese keeper Diogo Costa for a corner kick.
They've certainly dealt with him, with Lamine Yamal, very well. Portugal down the Spain right. Even now,
not really had much joy, has he, in this game? This corner taken by Aina and carried out there with a good strong hand from Diogo Costa, and then whacked out by the substitute left back, which of course is Nelson Semedo.
You think he would have be asking for the ball a lot more since Nelson Mendes has gone off, and test Semedo, get at Semedo, put Semedo under pressure. I mean, to me, Semedo's a right back, filling in at left back, so that's got to be the side Spain have got to look to cause a threat down, to me.
Yeah, I think you're probably right as well. You know, so they've got Diogo Dallo who's on the right-hand side and Nelson Semedo on the left. So they might switch it over at some point, but doesn't look like they're going to. It looks like they're sticking with Nelson Semedo on the left at this point. Anyway, with 73 played. Go back to the goalkeeper now, which is Unai Simon. Now Dani Olmo, and here is a chance for Lamine Yamal to have a run in up against Semedo. Knocks it, trying to find Alex Bain. Oh, that was really poor and actually really well cut out from Portuguese point of view. From, I believe it was João Neves, and it's Rafael Leão, the substitute now. It's Portugal in possession here, looking to move the ball out to. That was the substitute, Diogo Dallo. Let's come off of the Portuguese man last, and away for a Spanish throw in here.
It looked like Ferran Torres was preparing to.
Yeah, I was just going to say they're going to the bench now to get Torres on. You are right there with what you were saying. This is their first change with around about 15 to play. Portugal in possession here now with Rafael Leão. And now it's Ronaldo. Now it's going to be a shot at goal there. It's taking a deflection. It's going to be Fernandes. It's just wide there from Bruno Fernandes. And so yeah, that was Spain's first change there. And that's all the introduction of. See who came off again. Sorry, I was a bit slow there to grab what I wanted. I'm blaming it on England. I'm blaming it on a 6 a.m. finish.
Like Alex Baina? Yeah.
I think it was, yeah. I think you're right.
I thought it would have been like for like. Maybe.
But Baina's played well. He's had a decent game. Here comes Spain now with Lamine Yamal. There's Dani Olmo. Given away, but Spain do have it back with Rodri. Here's Dani Olmo. Because it was Ferran Torres that came on at number 7.
Oh. So it looks like Spain are going to go for it then, with Ferran Torres usually operating as a centre forward for Barcelona.
Yeah, it looks like he's gone into the attacking role alongside Mikel Oyarzabal. Looks like the two of them are up there together at the moment.
Spain switching to a 4-4-2?
Potentially, yeah. But it's Spain in possession now, sorry, and it's with. That was on to the number 7, Ferran Torres, the substitute there. He's got on the end of a through ball and tried to hook it across, but went out of play for a goal kick. And we're still yet to see the first goal. Portugal 0, Spain 0. 77 played. And Spain are in possession at the moment with Pedri. Rodri's had it. Then it's Pedri now. Bucharest just goes down under the challenge, and Spain have it with Kubasi though at the moment. And there's a good little turn there from Ferran Torres, and Bucharest back to his feet and in possession again. And Spain looking to move the ball forward here. And it's with Dani Olmo. You're going to get a shot away. He does, and it's taking a deflection there and gone behind for a corner. And as you said just a few minutes ago, Spain are up in the ante a little bit.
I think they needed to. I think Portugal would have been the happier of the two sides with the way this is going, and especially with the history of Portugal beating Spain in the Nations Cup. Yeah. Portugal might not be opposed to this going to penalties.
Well, that was one of their very few wins for the Portuguese as well. As Lamine Yamal takes this corner now, and it's good goalkeeping there from Diogo Costa. Just plays it away, but here's Rodri. And again, punched away from Costa. But here's Dani Olmo. Now Lamine Yamal. On to Ferran Torres. And away from danger there by Nelson Semedo. There's going to be a corner here for Spain. Yeah, that Nations Cup win for Spain, for Portugal, sorry, I should say. That was only one of, I think, about 7 from 41 games that the Portuguese have won.
That does surprise me, that considering the talent both countries have, I thought the head-to-heads would have been a little bit closer than what they were, than what they are.
No. Spain have got 19. I believe it's like 18 draws and 7 wins for Portugal, something like that. As Lamine Yamal's over this corner now, and it's now with Rodri. Actually, the referee, Anthony Taylor's going up here for a free kick. There's a foul by Rodri. We've got to start thinking about player of the match ever so shortly. We're going to see a couple of changes here for Portugal. Bernardo Silva being one of them. And we're also going to see number 26, Francisco Conceição, coming on as well. So a double Portuguese change on the way.
Big fan of his father's, I was, Flavio Conceição. I did like Sergio Conceição as a player. Thought he was fantastic in Euro 2000. I thought he was absolutely fantastic in that championship.
He was brilliant. Here's Lamine Yamal now, just in the meantime, for Spain, and Ferran Torres looking for Yamal again, but away it goes. Here come Portugal now with Ronaldo. On to, is it Ruben Diaz? Well, anyway, Ruben Diaz has got it now, I should say. Here's Ronaldo Vega. I think it was actually Vitinha, sorry, that had it just beforehand. Now it goes to Rafael Leao now. Have a run here. Leao. Let's come off the Spanish man and into the gloves of Unai Simon. We're still waiting this double change, not been made as of yet. And Spain have possession here now, and it's with Ferran Torres. And now that's with Rodri, and now Dani Olmo. Here's Ferran Torres now. Now Pedri. That was Oyarzabal, and now here's Lamine Yamal. Now Oyarzabal. Portugal looks to counter here now, and it's with Nelson Semedo. And now that's with Bruno Fernandes. It's going to be a Portuguese throw. And I wonder if we'll see Ronaldo make way here potentially. One of these changes. The answer to that question is no. As number 18, Pedro Neto, is making way. He's one of the ones coming off. He's being replaced by 26, Conceição. And the other sub sees Vitinha make way as well. And that is for Bernardo Silva. A double change there for the Portuguese.
That's all 5 of their subs now, Mike, I believe.
Let's have a look here. We've had Semedo, we've had Dallo, we've had Silva, Leao, and Conceição now. So that is the 5. Unless, of course, we go to extra time, then we can have an extra one. But they've had their 5 allotted subs throughout this game, yeah. And Spain have still only gone to the bench the once, which is that Ferran Torres substitution for Alex Baena. I wonder if we'll start to see anyone else coming on, and we are going to see Arsenal's Mikel Merino.
Goal threat, especially for Spain.
Or if we're going up front or whether we're coming to midfield, yeah.
Can play anywhere, the lad, can't he, eh?
Yeah, he can. Didn't he play centre back at one point? I think he probably has. I'm sure in his career he has.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Wouldn't be surprised if he played in goal either, in all fairness. We're seeing the double sub actually. Got another man coming on. That's Fabian Ruiz also coming on as well. But yeah, Mikel Merino. He's a great player for Arsenal. He played a big part in Arsenal's title win, didn't he, last season? A couple of big moments, a couple of big goals when he was on up front.
I thought he did a good job that half a season where he had to fill in up front.
Yeah, he did really well, yeah. I was really impressed with him. We're going to see the number 20, Pedri. He's one of the ones making way. And we're also seeing Dani Olmo making way as well. I thought they've both been quite quiet in this game, Dani Olmo and Pedri.
Yeah, I think they've Portugal have contained them very, very well.
That was Fabian Ruiz, that's just come on there alongside Mikel Merino. As we're coming towards the close of this game now, we're round about 5 to play. And we're still awaiting the first goal. Here's Lamine Yamal on a run here for Spain. On to Rodri now. And here is Fabian Ruiz. You're going to get a shot away. He does, and it's played well by Diogo Costa. Good, comfortable catch for the keeper there. Of course, with this game potentially going to extra time, we will have a little bit longer to potentially be thinking about the player of the match.
I've got me contender already.
Mind made up already, yeah?
So far, at the moment.
You never know what might happen yet. As here's Marc Cucurella now from Rodri. And here's Fabian Ruiz. That was a good knock on there from Marc Cucurella. And here is Fabian Ruiz again. And it's out to Pedro Porro in possession now for Spain. And it's currently with the defender Kubasi. And here's Laporte now. Now Kubasi, and now it's the goalkeeper Simon. Now Rodri. Looking to find Lamine Yamal, but cleared away by Nelson Semedo, and here comes Spain again. And it's with Rodri. In fact, it's Ruiz. Now Rodri, and now here's Lamine Yamal now for Spain. On to that was Ferran Torres. Trying to find Yamal, and all the way through to goalkeeper Diogo Costa. Of course, we'll be talking about Spain and Portugal's past meetings, and the two nations have played each other, as I say, a total of 41 times. And it goes back to 1921 was the earliest game that these two sides met. And that was a victory by 3-1 for Spain. As Diego Dallo gave the ball away there. There's a free kick to Spain. There's a man down in a yellow card as well.
Oh, finally.
Taylor there goes to the book. Well, yeah, I believe that's the first time, isn't it?
Yeah.
The foul on Mikel Merino by Bernardo Silva. No rivalry lost there between the ex-Manchester City and the current Arsenal man.
Rivalry boiling over into international. That's what we like to see.
Absolutely. Finally as well. A bit of time. Not before time, sorry, I should say. Yeah. As we're going to have your player of the match ever so shortly, which is, of course, sponsored by the excellent Football Live. As we're still awaiting the first goal here. Portugal 0, Spain 0. And it's currently with Spain in possession. Now it's actually given away. There's a through ball looking for Ronaldo, but comfortably nodded back to the goalkeeper, Simon. It's hopefully not Russ. Hopefully we have a goal, yeah. Hopefully we have some injury time. 10 minutes injury time and a goal, please.
I almost had a 0-0 with Russ South Africa v Canada. I'll give my player of the match. Canada scored shortly after. So
here we go. Here's Lamine Yamal. Let's see whether he can be the man to change it for us. Here is Ferran Torres. And now Pedro Porro knocked it back to... That was Kabasi, and now Laporte. And now that's Rodri. And a foul there on Mikel Merino again. As we're into 6 minutes of additional time, and here comes Spain through Ruiz. And now there's a chance here. And there is the goal. We've had a goal. Spain have taken the lead, and it's that man. It's Arsenal's Mikel Merino. Spain have nicked it.
Excellent. Well done, Mikel. Shall I give my player of the match?
Go for it, yeah.
Well, I did pick Diego Costa, the Portuguese goalkeeper. I think with the saves, with the shots Spain have had on target, the double save earlier in the first half, the free kick from Lamau in the second half, the way he's claimed corners, his distribution, slightly edging out Unai Simon, and just obviously before Mikel Merino scored, Diego Costa was my player of the match. I think he's been exceptional.
Here on the refereeing view, it's a good ball through, and Mikel Merino tucks it away, and then you know what his celebration is. He runs over to the corner flag, dances around the corner flag, and you can see pure delight there on the face of Luis de la Fuente and all those Spanish fans as well, who might be the side that ends the international career of Cristiano Ronaldo.
I mean, I've just seen Ronaldo trying to egg his team on, rev them up, rear them up. A bit late for that, I think. Should have been doing that from the first minute. Yeah,
let's see whether he can grab himself a goal or whether Spain can go on and get themselves a second now. But Mikel Merino.
Great running from Merino.
It's a lovely through ball as well, and it just neatly tucked away from the Arsenal man there.
Did he take the free kick? Did he take the free kick as well and just slowly edge himself forward, and then just there was no great urgency to get in the box?
I think he won the free kick, yeah.
And then he just, the space opened up for him. He just and running behind the defence, and lovely finish past Diego Costa. Power and low.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Mikel Merino that won the free kick originally, yeah. But yeah, Portugal 0, Spain 1 into the 6 minutes of additional time. We've had about 2.5 of those, and Portugal are in possession right now with that's Conceição.
Goal for Spain as well.
Rafael Leao, yeah, absolutely. Mikel Merino carrying on the club form into international. Here's Lamine Yamal now. Tricky feet from him and goes down. And what's Anthony Taylor going to do here? He's going to go and give another yellow card, this time to Nelson Semedo. It is indeed. He's gone into the book now. Just shoving Lamine Yamal. Put it onto his shirt as well. Of course, if you have enjoyed this commentary, then you can join us again in a few hours. It was actually Renato Vega, I should say, that went into the book there. But if you've enjoyed this commentary, then tune in again a little bit later on in the early hours of Tuesday morning with Nicholas Jones. And he's back on duty covering the USA against Belgium. And the winners of this game will be playing the winners of that game in the next round, the World Cup quarterfinals. And let's see whether the USA can carry on their form and carry on being the only host nation to still be in the tournament, or whether Belgium's going to be one step too far for them. And let's see whether Spain can hold on here for the final 2 minutes or so of this game as well, or whether Portugal can claw this game level and take it to extra time.
I wonder what the feelings in Belgium would be if USA won 1-0 and Balogun was the goal scorer.
Oh, they'd be fuming. They'd be absolutely livid, yeah. And rightly so.
Rightly so.
The battle of the ex-Arsenal boys, though. Well, currently one's current Arsenal, but he's soon to be ex-Arsenal, and one's ex-Arsenal in Balogun, and obviously Trossard's on his way out as well, isn't he? So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely excellent signing, Trossard, for Arsenal. He's been superb. Goals, assists.
Really good season last season. Here's Portugal now, and it's with Conceição. On to Bruno Fernandes. And we're into the final minute here now. It looks like Portugal's poor record against Spain is going to continue. Thanks to Mikel Merino's 91st minute goal. So we're into the last minute here now. Pedro Porro's over this throw-in. That will make it 42 played, and it will make it 18 draws, and I think we're on 18 wins for Spain, I believe, as well, or something something like that. So, as I said before, it's a Spanish onslaught. Anyway, they're certainly the side that have won most of these games. Of course, these nations have met in the World Cup a couple of times before. Here's a chance for Conceição, and it's going to be over the top there. And it's a good chance from Bernardo Silva. And is this going to be a late corner for Portugal here? Although Bernardo Silva is squaring up to Rodri. Current Man City against former Man City.
And a mismatch in size.
Absolutely, yeah. Bernardo Silva wins the header. No, it's definitely a goal kick as well. I think he wanted to square up and then he realised it was his old mate from Man City and then he changed his mind. We're just going to see a late change here now for Spain. And it's going to be Borja Iglesias coming on for Oyarzabal. I don't think we need to have time to touch the ball, in all fairness, as we're already over the 6 minutes. It's just enough time for me to get that pun in, though, about Mikel Merino being the hero for Spain. And I'm sure any fans of Enrique Iglesias will forgive me of that one.
Oh, just see that Bernardo Silva header again. That weren't far wide. One of the smallest
Still
men on the pitch.
Portugal have it here. We're still playing on. It's with Bernardo Silva. Is it? No, it's given away. Anyway, come off the Spanish man away for. Yes, Mikel Merino can be the Spanish hero tonight. It looks like he very much is going to be as well. Although Portugal is still playing here. And there's going to be a free kick here, is there? That's a late challenge as well from Ferran Torres on Conceição. And there's a yellow card for Spain. And Torres into the book. As we into the 8th minute of the allotted 6. It's going to be the last chance for Portugal to grab themselves an equaliser. I wonder if we'll see your man Diogo Costa head up into the attacking area for Portugal. Yep, he's heading up there. He wants to be a hero now. See whether he can get himself on the score sheet for Portugal or whether Spain can see it through. It's whipped in and he's nodded on and it's gone wide there from, that was, João Neves. Mikel Merino punches the air and that is that. Mikel Merino's goal is the difference, Dan. And, you know, we thought for all the world it was going to be nil-nils or a nil apiece. And Mikel Merino, our very own, saves the day.
Oh, he did. And very glad this game finished after 90 minutes after following England last night, this morning. I think Spain, you can't argue that, slightly deserved to win it. More possession, better chances. Diogo Costa, some fantastic heroics in the Portuguese goal, as well as Unai Simon in the opposite goal for Spain. But I think Diogo Costa was called upon slightly more than Simon, hence my nomination award of player of the match to Costa. But I think Spain, with the possession, the chances, slightly deserved to win it, and I don't think there can be any arguments from anyone now that Spain have won it. And it's always nice to see an Arsenal player score a winning goal in any competition for club or country.
Absolutely, and he's come off the bench to do so as well. And of course, the winners of this game, Spain, are going to be playing the winners of the game that's on a little bit later on with Nicholas Jones between the USA and Belgium, which of course you can listen here on the commentary hub too, on the early hours of Tuesday morning UK time. And just talk about Spain for a minute. They dug deep in the end, they got themselves over the line, and Mikel Merino grabs himself a goal. They had moments in the first half. They had the chances from Lamine Yamal and Alex Baena and Mikel Oyarzabal. You would have probably put money on to score as well. But what do you see the rest of the tournament looking like for Spain? How do you think they'll get on from here on in?
I mean, they've got the attacking talent there. We didn't see all of it on display today. No Nico Williams. Players, Premier League champion Zubamendi, he didn't come on. Paris Saint-Germain's Fabian Ruiz didn't come on until late. They've got the players, they've got the squad depth. The defence, that's now 5 games in this World Cup without conceding. Extending Unai Simon's minutes as well beyond the World Cup. Mm-hmm. I could see Spain winning it, but on this performance, I think they would have to do a hell of a lot more to actually go on and win this tournament. I think the way Argentina are playing, although conceding, fantastic football, getting goals, and obviously then there's the French team who look absolutely fantastic. Absolutely brilliant, the French team. But, anyone can win in a 90-minute game of football, especially when you've got the world's best on show.
Absolutely. And then just talk about Cristiano Ronaldo ever so briefly as well. This is international football at its close now for Cristiano Ronaldo. So just before I hand back to Russ in the studio, we spoke about him a little bit earlier about how formidable it's been for Portugal and for club as well. But yeah, this is Ronaldo. You can see him there. He looks very downbeat and upset to be going out of this tournament, but formidable player and a very stellar career as well.
Absolutely fantastic player, great career. For someone who's had a career like his, it's I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Not to have gone further than a quarter-final in a World Cup is, would probably shock people when they come across that stat. And I think some of the players Portugal have had over the last 10, 20 years, they could have done better, could have gone further. But not every great player wins a World Cup, do they? He was lucky enough to win a European Championship with Portugal 2016, I believe it was. An absolutely fantastic player. Hold his head up high, and obviously probably gutting that he hasn't actually won a World Cup to put him up there with the likes of Messi, Maradona, Pele. But, you know, he's had a great career and something to be very, very, very proud of.
Thank you very much for that, Dan.
I certainly wouldn't have minded his career.
No, for sure. It was actually rumoured to come to Arsenal at one point, wasn't it? Well, Arsenal nearly signed him, so it's a little bit ironic that it's an Arsenal man that is the man that sends him out of the World Cup. But let's hand back to Russ in the studio. Portugal 0, Spain 1. Mikel Merino's late goal for Spain in the first minute of injury time. He's the Spanish hero today. Spain come out of victorious by 1-0 and will face the winners of either the USA or Belgium in the quarterfinals. Back to you in the studio, Russ. And Dan, thanks for working on something. I've enjoyed that.
Yeah, lovely working with you, Mike. Look forward to working with you again.
Thank you very much there, Mike Harniman and Daniel Money, for excellent commentary throughout this game this evening. And just a little stat to leave you with before we round out the show tonight. Just to let you know that Spain have become the first ever team to keep 6 successive clean sheets in the Men's World Cup, which is remarkable. And Ronaldo didn't really have a sniff in front of goal than what you would have hoped he probably would have done in the end. But Cristiano Ronaldo bows out of the competition with the scoreline of his side losing out to Spain by 1-0, thanks to Arsenal's Mikel Merino, who got a late goal there. And as Mike rather said on commentary, the winners will play the Spain will play the winners of either USA or Belgium, which is our next match here on the commentary. Kickoff is at 1 a.m. UK time. We'll be on air from 12:50 for that one. Join Nicholas Jones on air from 12:50 for that one, as we bring a USA against Belgium later on. But full time in our match, in this Monday evening match, it finished Portugal 0, Spain 1, and this is what it means now for the quarterfinals and what is how it is shaping up. In quarterfinal number 1, sees France take on Morocco. Quarterfinal 2 will see Spain take on USA or Belgium. Quarterfinal number 3 sees Norway take on England. And in quarterfinal number 4 will be the winners of Argentina or Egypt against the winners of Switzerland or Colombia. And then England have got Ireland in the way next. They could have Messi in the way as they try and make it to that Sunday 19th of July final in New York, New Jersey. And Spain on the other hand have got potentially USA or Belgium on the way to come. And then potential meeting with France or Morocco in the semi-finals as they look to try and win another World Cup. But Cristiano Ronaldo ends his career on the international stage. The rumours came out yesterday that he mentioned this will be his last World Cup tournament for him. He ends it in defeat thanks to Mikel Merino's goal in first half stoppage time. But full time in our match today. Big thank you to Mag and Dan for the commentary. Big thank you to Paul for the producing behind the scenes on what has been another fantastic broadcast. Coming up next is USA against Belgium. Join Nick on air from 12:50. But from all of the team here, a very big thank you very much to you all for listening. And we'll see you again soon. Some news away from the World Cup just to bring you as well. Brentford have agreed to sign from a West Ham and Newcastle striker Callum Wilson on a 12-month deal. That will be ratified later this week, and that deal will likely to go through later this week, subject to a medical as well. So Callum Wilson heading back to the Premier League as well. And yes, I meant second half stoppage time for the goal from Mikel Merino. I think my tiredness, Mike, is caught up with me, having watched England in the early hours of the morning, a bit like yours, my friend. But yes, second half stoppage time for Mikel Merino and Spain to knock out Portugal. Who will they face in the quarterfinals? Join us later to find out. USA or Belgium will be the team that take on Spain to try and stop them making it through to another World Cup semi-final. From all of the team here, thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you again soon. Take care. Goodbye for now.